Letters of Pliny the Younger, in Modern Updated English, by Pliny the Younger. Publisher's Introduction. Thank you for picking up a copy of Letters of Pliny the Younger. We have updated this work into modern English so you can understand exactly what Pliny wrote nearly 2,000 years ago. We encourage you to refer to the original writing as you listen to this updated work. If you enjoy this book, please share with a friend, leave a positive review on Amazon, and see more updated works at oldbooknew.com. Chapter 1. Letters of Pliny the Younger. 1. To Septitus. You've often asked me to pick out some of my letters, if any are worth highlighting, and share them with everyone. So I've chosen some, not in the order they were written, since I'm not writing a history, but just as I found them. Now I hope you won't regret suggesting this, and I won't regret doing it. If it goes well, I might look for the others I've ignored and keep the ones I'll write in the future. Goodbye. 2. To Arianus. I think your trip to visit me might be delayed, so I'm sending you the speech I promised earlier. Please, as usual, look it over and make any corrections. I'm asking you to do this because I feel like I put more effort into this speech than any of my previous ones. I tried to imitate your favorite Demosthenes and my new favorite, Calvus, at least in the style of the speech. Capturing their amazing spirit is something only a few can do. The topic of my speech naturally led me to try this style, as it was full of strong and passionate language. It was enough to wake me from the laziness I've been in for a while. However, I didn't completely ignore the elegant style of my favorite, Mark Tully, and included it where I could. I aimed for energy, not harshness. Don't think I'm asking for leniency. Actually, I want you to be tough with your corrections. I'll admit that my friends and I are considering publishing this piece, but only if you think it's a good idea, even if it might be foolish. Honestly, since I need to publish something, I'd prefer it to be this one because it's already done. That's my laziness talking, but I have to publish something for several reasons. Mainly because the works I've already released, even though they're not new anymore, are still in demand, or so I'm told by the booksellers. Maybe they're just flattering me, but if they are, it's a harmless way to keep me motivated in my studies. Take care. 3. To Voconius Romaneus. Have you ever met a more cowardly and petty person than Marcus Regulus since Domitian died? During Domitian's rule, Regulus was just as bad, though he hid it better than he did under Nero. He started to worry that I was angry with him, and he was right. I was angry. He had not only tried to worsen the situation for Rusticus Arulenus, but also celebrated his death. He even wrote and shared a nasty poem about him, calling him the Stoic's ape and mentioning a Vitellian scar. That's typical Regulus for you. He attacked Herennius Senecio's character so fiercely that Medius Carus once asked him, "Why are you bothering my dead? Did I ever get involved with Crassus or Camerinus?" These were people Regulus had targeted during Nero's time. Because of all this, he thought I was very upset, and so he didn't invite me to his latest reading. Plus, he remembered how he had once tried to harm me in the Court of the Hundred. Rusticus had asked me to help Arianilla, Titnon's wife, in court, and Regulus was against me. At one point, I was strongly supporting a decision made by Medius Modestus, a good man who was exiled by Domitian. Regulus then asked, "What do you think of Modestus?" I was in a tough spot. If I said I liked Modestus, I could get in trouble. If I said I didn't, I'd be lying. But somehow, I managed to handle it. I said, "I'll tell you my opinion if it's relevant to the case." He asked again, and I replied that we usually question the character of someone accused, not someone already judged. He asked a third time, and I said, "I think it's wrong to question someone who's already been convicted." He had nothing more to say, and people praised me for handling it well without compromising myself. Scared by this, Regulus first approached Caecilius Celer and then begged Fabius Justus to help make peace between us. He even went to Spurina, pleading with him to talk to me the next morning to calm my anger. The next day, Spurina sent a message saying he was coming to see me. I replied that I would visit him instead, but we ended up meeting under Livia's portico. Spurina told me about Regulus's request and asked on his behalf, though not too forcefully. I said, "I'll let you decide what to tell Regulus. I can't give a definite answer until Mauricus returns from exile, as I plan to follow his advice." A few days later, Regulus approached me at the Praetors and asked to speak privately. He said he was worried I was upset about something he said in court, comparing Satrius Rufus to Cicero. I replied that now I knew he meant it negatively, but it could have been a compliment. I do aim to rival Cicero and am not satisfied with the eloquence of today. It's foolish not to learn from the best. I then asked why he remembered that, but forgot when he questioned me about Modestus's loyalty. He turned pale and stammered that he didn't mean to hurt me, just Modestus. This shows how cruel he is, openly admitting he wanted to harm someone exiled. He justified it by saying Modestus had called him the biggest rascal on 2 feet in a letter to Domitian, which was true. Our conversation ended there because I wanted to wait for Mauricus's return before deciding what to do. I know it's not easy to take down Regulus. He's wealthy, influential, and feared by many. But such alliances can be broken because a bad man's reputation is as unstable as he is. So I'm waiting for Mauricus, who is wise and experienced, to guide me. I'll follow his advice on whether to pursue or drop this matter. Meanwhile, I wanted to share this with you because our friendship means you deserve to know my actions and plans. Farewell. And 4. To Cornelius Tacitus. You'll laugh, and feel free to, when I tell you that your old friend has become a hunter and caught 3 impressive boars. What, you might say, Pliny. Yes, even me. But I also enjoyed my favorite pastime of doing nothing. While I sat by my nets, you would have found me not with a boar spear or javelin, but with a pencil and tablet by my side. I thought and wrote, determined to come back with my notes full, even if my hands were empty. Believe me, this way of studying shouldn't be underestimated. It's amazing how physical activity can stimulate and energize the mind. There's also something about the ancient woods around you and the deep silence of the hunt that really encourages deep thinking. So next time you go hunting, I suggest you bring your tablets along with your basket and bottle, because you'll find that Minerva enjoys roaming the hills just as much as Diana does. Farewell. 5. To Pompeius Saturninus. Your letter came at the perfect time, asking me to share some of my writings with you. I was planning to do just that, so you've made it easier for both of us. You don't have to feel bad about asking, and I don't have to feel awkward about offering. I'm taking you up on your offer, and you can't back out now. But don't expect anything new from me, as I've been a bit lazy. I want you to look over a speech I gave when I dedicated a public library to my hometown. You've already given me some feedback on it, but I need you to go through it in detail this time. Once you've corrected it, I can decide whether to publish it or not. This delay will help me figure out if it's good enough to share or if it should stay private. My main worry about publishing this speech isn't about how it's written, but about the topic itself. I'm concerned it might come across as bragging. Even if the style is simple, I had to talk about the generosity of my ancestors.